Oh fuck. Somebody somebody fucking did it. They made a goddamn account called This Man and
Yeah.
he commented on the video. Ah fuck.
Yeah, I saw that. We're talking about dreams again, so we're
Okay. Yep.
continuing where we left off. And like you said, someone created the this man thing. I saw that. He commented on my channel too. I was
Yeah, I was like, ah
like, he put the
fuck.
picture and everything.
He
But
did.
there's a lot of cool comments here. If you see any yourself that stand out to you, feel free to just point them out and read them out loud if you want. But I'm looking through them right now. Yeah, a lot of people are commenting about their own personal dreams.
Hmm.
And a lot of people want to actually come in here and have a conversation with us, which I
Okay.
don't have a problem with. But sometimes,
You know.
creates a little issue sometimes because of connection or time, and we don't have a schedule at
Yeah, right
all.
now me and you are both on the East Coast and I'm kinda like, shit, hit me up whenever. I don't work third shift, so fuck it, you know? Like
Yeah, and I'm up really late. Like this guy, he'll message me at 4 in the morning. I think when you message me, you don't expect to get a reply.
yeah.
But I'm up
So
the
I'm
whole
like,
time, man.
because I'm like, fuck, I'm up. Because, it was like the one night I felt bad because I was actually tired. And I was like, fuck, I took a nap. That fucking clock over there was not set to go off. So I'm like, oh, shit, it's like 3 a.m. And I'm like, fuck it.
Someone
Let's see.
said do a video on lucid dreaming and astral projection. I actually
Okay.
don't know what any of those are. I know lucid dreaming, but I don't know astral
I know what astral
projection.
projection is, but I'm going to refamiliarize myself because,
Okay.
going into the dream topic again, I was actually just thinking about something.
Yeah. We're gonna
Um,
we're gonna wrap up the dream on this episode. Next episode, completely different thing. If you
oh,
guys want
yeah.
to suggest something that would be dope, you put in the comment section and we'll definitely make
My
the
idea
next
would
one.
be shadow people, but
But this is the probably we're gonna go into shadow people on this one. Dream.
okay,
This is gonna
cool.
start with dream and then shadow people.
Perfect. Okay, boom. Astral projection. There we go. That's literally. Remember when I referenced the whole thing with Call of Duty back then?
Mm-hmm.
How they leave the body and go around and all that's happening in real time.
Yeah.
That's astral projection,
Oh,
and
so
that's what happened when I see the guy walking down the street, return to the body, get back up, go to the window, and he's where exactly he should be. Everything is exactly how it was. Nothing has changed. Like that is astral projection.
are there many people who say that they have astral projection? Like, is that a normal
I
thing?
I believe so because everyone that I've spoken to about it that knows what I'm talking about to a degree has rather had that experience once or many times.
Hmm.
Like a cousin of mine who's in the Air Force right now, he's actually had the experience quite a few times. Like I think he used to practice it as much as he would lucid dreaming.
Oh wait, you can practice. So you're telling me that like right now, if I want to do astral projection, I can practice to do this?
For sure.
Oh,
Because it's like lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is something that like I
I
remember
know what I'm
him.
gonna do. It's like,
I know for him, or at least maybe it was for him. Shit, this might have been me. I fucking forget some shit like this, but I know lucid dreaming is one of those things that a lot of people do want to do to combat having nightmares. Because who wants to be afraid to go to sleep? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You can't
yeah.
sleep, you don't rest, and it's a bitch to be afraid to go to sleep. But if you can control your dreams to the very least, where it's not about like doing whatever you want to do, but to at least be at peace when you sleep, a lot of people practice it for that reason. From people I've spoken to on PlayStation Network to work to wherever over the past years.
Hmm.
So it's like but yeah, the astral projection thing, it's very interesting, man, and it's just crazy because it's like you can go so far. Like I lived by a forest. Like right now, like I actually found out some details about where I'm living right now. The neighborhood is actually over 100 years old. So I'm curious about what kind of freaky shit.
Oh, don't go into that. Do you live there alone too?
Yeah,
Do
it
not
is.
do not start meddling around in these things. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, it ain't worth it. We
Yeah.
we we we, we need a second person for these videos. We don't need to lose me. So
Yeah, yeah, and you don't want to find out that where you're at right now was like a cemetery or somebody was killed there. You.
oh, son, when it comes to people being killed there, I wouldn't be surprised if where my bed is at, somebody probably got smoked in a drive-by or some shit. It wouldn't be a surprise. Like, it's Flint. The shit is far too common, unfortunately.
That's true.
Uh,
No, everywhere. If you think about it, we've all probably stepped on a place where someone died,
hmm
right? I
Oh,
mean, it's safe to say that.
without a doubt. Hell, I
Yeah.
remember this forest I was just getting ready to tell you about. We used to ride our bikes everywhere, and this was like one of the main places to ride our bikes. There was a stack of tires to the right, looked like just old, beat up, fucked up rubber tires. And I mean, we've been riding our bikes past this shit for like maybe the good part of a year. And then it started to stink real bad, like
Oh,
real bad. And it's not the tires. No one would think. You just think maybe it's sewage, maybe it's a dead animal. It's a fucking forest. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Man, somebody put a body under those tires straight by the entrance. And
Oh,
it just been there for, I think it was almost 10 months.
hmm.
And it's like, we fucking ride our bikes like inches from that shit every fucking day. Like, talk about under your nose type of hiding spot. Like, that shit is,
That's crazy.
it's fucking crazy. Like, but astral projection, man, it's like, dude, I've gone to the forest. I've seen fucking squirrels and shit in the trash. Like, it's different. And it's like, the fucked up thing is that I right now could not tell you honestly that I know if every single time was a dream or not, because one of the only times that I remember ever being able to confirm that I was not just dreaming
Was with the thing.
was the time with the guy walking down the street.
Okay. So for every time, it's such an outer body experience that every single time it's like you're dreaming. So
Yeah,
it's just like you
it
can't tell
feels
the
surreal.
difference.
You can't,
It
yeah,
feels
you
real.
can't.
I
It
I,
feels
I get
real.
I can understand that too because I've actually felt that experience, but not through astral projection.
Yep. Here, I'll send you this so maybe you can practice this shit.
No, I don't even know if I want to do it because you know what? Oh, actually, you know what? I think I have done astral projection, but not. Yeah, you know what? One time I did wake up. I think I told you this. I woke up, I looked back, and I was sleeping. But I always thought that was a dream
No.
because I got up, right? I looked back. Which have you ever seen? Oh, have you ever seen yourself when you do that?
Hmm.
It's very weird.
It
It's
is.
extremely
It
weird.
feels like third person from a video. I need to stop referencing video games. I wear
Nah,
glasses.
it's all good. It's all good.
Oh,
I mean,
fuck.
you like video games. It's no problem. I looked back and I was sleeping there, it's very odd because when you look at yourself in that way, like astral projection, I'm gonna call it that.
Hmm.
It's not like looking at yourself in a mirror. It's completely different. It's
You know what?
so different.
You know what's so fucked about it is that it's crazy because it's like video games again. I'm sorry, but I love playing third person shooters where I can see my characters, see what I'm wearing, and shit like that.
Yeah.
And we go out in the day every single day from the moment we're burn.
Hey, I'm not burned. I'm not burned. I don't know
I
what's
ain't.
in your head, man.
But
For the moment we're burned, we're getting a little bit too dark over here. We need a little bit of humor.
hey,
You just made
we're
everyone.
never too dark. We're never too dark, my friend.
Hey, well, you're burned, not me. But anyway, go ahead.
But it's like from the moment we're born, we see first person. And you never really think about that. You don't think about the fact that you don't see what you're wearing, how you look 24/7 from every angle, but
Yeah.
it never really comes into like I guess a certain kind of perspective until you have that third person experience and you're like, holy fuck.
I'm gonna do
Why does everything feel wrong all of a sudden? Like
when
in
you
a
do it.
sense.
When you do it, yeah. And I actually, to continue the story, I actually saw myself freaked out because I thought like, what the hell's going on? And I laid back down because at the moment I thought that would be the best thing, just to throw myself back. I don't know how I knew that would be the best thing to do, but I knew that was the best thing to
I
do.
think it's kind of like a subconscious thing. You don't when you learn to walk is not like someone's. I mean, I guess it depends on your parents, but it's something that you just kind of naturally do. So it's kind of like, I guess, your mind, your body, your soul, whatever the case is, it doesn't allow you to do things without being able to comprehend what it is you're doing, I guess.
One thing that usually really bothers me, it's strange, is that I can't see my back. Like the
Hmm.
back of my whole body, I can't see that. I mean, you can in a mirror, but it's not the same. So just like take a picture, set a camera somewhere, and take a picture of you walking away, and you see how weird it is. It's so strange, for real.
Okay.
You don't think
And
it's
you,
strange?
I do kind of, but then it's like kind of not really because all my dad ever did was fucking record. So it's like shit.
Pictures of your back. Should have been like that.
Well,
Hey,
shit.
so,
I have a challenge for everyone watching and
okay, go
listening.
ahead.
I have
Challenge
a
Joe.
challenge for you. Now, I'm all for being a skeptic because I am a skeptic myself, but I am a firm believer in be a reasonable skeptic. Try some of this shit yourself. Now, granted, we are never gonna say like some Ouija board shit or something that could like legit put you in like harm or danger.
Yeah.
But try to lucid dream. Try to maybe have like an astral fucking experience. Like actually give it a chance and just kind of come to your own conclusion on just hey, it doesn't work for me, but whatever. Because I would have never. I'm pretty sure I'd be in the exact same shoes if things had not happened accidentally. You know.
That's the same way I think. Like, I don't expect anyone to believe anything I say unless they've been through it or if they're very open minded. That's pretty much it. But let me read one of these comments here. This
Yep. Go
comment
ahead.
says, members of my family often have experiences like this. They will dream something, and later on, whether it be days or weeks or months, it will happen. So that they're referring to what I said when I had a dream that kind of foreshadowed what was going to happen. So a lot of his family members or her family members uh, have similar experiences, but it's strange because in his case or his or her family, I don't know if it's called Jarrett. That could be a girl or boy. I don't know. But in the family's case, it happens either days, weeks, or even months later. I'm surprised that they remember months later. I mean, I wouldn't remember.
I think it's kind of like what even if it's not about you remembering, I think it's kind of like you want to say deja vu, but then you can specifically recall where you remember this happening.
Dude, what the fuck is deja vu? Deja vu just
Um,
fucking gets me annoyed. Because I hate the feeling because the thing about when it happens to me, I swear that I know everything that's going to happen that day. I was like, I know, I'm like, oh shit, this happened before. But not only do I think, I feel like this happened before. I start thinking, and this is gonna happen later on, and then it happens, dude. So it fucking freaks me out when I get that, and I don't get it too often.
I think that there is a difference between deja vu and when you do have rather both regular dreams or daydreams and you kind of, I guess, in a sense, we would just say have a vision of the future, which some could say a coincidence or some could say it's just a straight up vision into the future because deja vu, from what I understand when it's happened to me, is that I'll be in such a state of thought or disassociation from everything around me. My brain, ears, and eyes are still collecting that information, but it doesn't all snap until I'm there. And your perception of the time that passed, it'll feel like it kind of just happened, but you just processed really fast and kind of snap back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like there's a study with people who smoke weed, and it's not like we're not going to talk synthetic shit, but like actual weed. People who have an understanding of the drug can alter their perception of time, and a good video on that is from the Game Theorist, where he covers what does Snake smoke in Metal Gear Solid 5, and it turns out that it's weed because of he can sit there and smoke weed, and time almost fast forwards for him. So it's kind of like I think deja vu is when don't realize we don't realize that we're changing our perception of what's happening, but we're still taking in everything that's happening around us. All our senses are still very much active. I don't think it's literal, I experienced this before, and then it just happened. I think it's kind of just, I think it's like almost like a weird loop kind of thing. Like, oh, I kind of felt like you were going to go there, but that's only because I was like really not all here. Because if you think about most of the moments where you have like an instant deja vu, you weren't really in the moment where you should have been. It's kind of like if you're in a classroom and you're not fully paying attention. It's kind of like that. You're not fully there when deja vu happens. So I think it's like a perception thing more so than like with dreams. You have a event or a certain
Right.
number of things that happen, and it just so happens to happen days, weeks, or moments later.
Okay, so it's not. So you don't think it's? I feel like it's a glitch. Some weird glitch. I know it sounds like weird, but it's like a life
Yeah,
glitch.
that's
I don't
a
think
good way
we've.
to
I don't think
that's a
we've.
good way to say it.
Yeah, I feel like we don't really understand life, or this or anything, the universe.
Life, our brains, everything.
We don't understand shit. So I mean, they say we use how much? 10% of our brain, right? Is it 10%? It's somewhere around there.
Some small amount.
It's a small amount. I mean, that alone should make us think like, you know, we don't know 90% of what we could now. And it's a strange thing. It's definitely something to think about. I ponder about it. I think about this all the time. Like what else could there be? Like what is possible here? What can I do? Like can I float if I wanted to? Why not? You know, just because it's impossible to us now doesn't mean it's impossible. You know, flying was impossible. Couple like 300, 400, 500 years ago, right? And look at us now. But let's go into since we talked about dreams. You said that dreams that the nightmares, because a lot of people were asking about nightmares. Nightmares. I'm gonna give my thought on nightmares. But since you said that all the faces we see, we don't just make up faces. And so, how do you explain the villains? No, I would call them villains, I guess.
The bad people in your dreams.
Yeah, the bad people in your dreams. Well, nice title right there. Who are the bad people in your dreams? The bad people in your dreams. Who are those people? And for me, when I was younger, a lot of them were influenced by horror movies. Freddy Krueger, Jason, blah blah blah. But then I've had some where they were not, and
influenced by anything.
But the crazy thing about those is that I can't really describe them. So that's strange. But I had a fear that was so big. So who are these people? I mean, I would just say that those are like demons. That we've probably I feel, you know how I feel like we see differently. Like we see what we see, but we also have vision that we're not fully aware of. There's different type of vision is what I think. I think that if we tap into that, we can see everything else. Like I feel like there's a whole nother world here, stuff going on around you, and we don't realize it. Because that 10% we're not using the whole thing. We can't see everything that's there, really. So that's what I think. What do you think those bad people would be?
I think when we're talking nightmares,
yeah,
especially because dreams and nightmares are influenced by so many different things, from your emotions, your hormones, to your fears, your insecurities, or some of the dark things that you hide from yourself, or not to be cliche here because of the game, but the evil within yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like all demon encounters aren't going to be like you see a physical horrifying image. It could be something more spiritual. It could be something more mental, more so than something physical. So you may not ever recall seeing it, but next thing you know, you're in this nightmare and this thing is walking up to you looking like the Wishmaster from the fucking horror movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you're just like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really fucked because, you know, and then it's like, man, I wanted to reference something here because I'm glad you brought up Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Do you remember in the Freddy Krueger
Don't ask me about like specifics about Freddy Krueger movie, the Freddy Krueger movie.
I'm because tripping over my own tongue.
Yeah, me too. It's Freddy Krueger.
But in one of the movies, basically what had happened is that one of the girls was sleeping, and she grabbed onto him, and when she woke up, she grabbed was with her in the real world now.
I remember.
So they're like, oh, if we bring him into the real world, we can kill him. Well, I remember now. A lot of the time, your hallucinations and the things that you see are based on fear, and it can also stem from you being tired and then having these fears. It can be all kinds of shit. But I remember one day specifically, and it gives me chills just thinking about it.
Uh-oh.
And it's not even that bad. It's just one of those things where it's like,
oh, fuck.
Man, it fucks with me.
Oh, like, okay, get ready, people. I'm ready.
I got home from school.
Oh.
And I don't remember what the fuck I don't even remember why I was looking for this marker, and that's not because I was tired or sleepy. This is just recalling what happened.
A marker?
Yeah, I was looking for a Sharpie. You know, like a Sharpie, permanent marker.
Right.
I know it was clearly to write on something, but I don't even remember what it was, so my story can at least make a little more sense.
Okay.
I'm a detail crazy person, but basically, so we have full house, upstairs, basement, main floor. I'm on the main floor. I'm in the room across from my bedroom, and I'm looking for a marker. I'm like, oh, I know there's markers on the computer desk in there. So I go in the room and I'm looking. I'm like, no fucking markers. I turn around to like, just go to my fucking room or whatever, and it's like a small like dog or cat like thing with no fucking skin or fur, and it just looked like like a tan flesh, and I only saw the half end of it, and it's like it scurried from the door, and it scared me at first, but then obviously because I'm thinking it's probably like just some kind of animal or something, I like kind of run into the hallway, and I don't see anything, and then it's not a very big house by no means. And so I hurry up and I'm like, okay, kitchen, bathroom, living room. Like these are, once you step into the hallway, it's like living room, kitchen,
Right.
bath.
Okay.
And then it's headed into the basement. So I don't see it. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And my dad, for one of the first time, is not home when I get home from school.
Right.
So that has always kind of freaked me out because
You don't know what it was.
It doesn't match up with anything that scares me. No enemy from any video game, no monster from any horror movie, and it's like, why did I even see that? I wasn't tired. I don't do drugs. I wasn't drinking. I was like 15 years old. Like, what the fuck was that? You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of fucks with me because I'm always afraid of
the unknown.
Yeah, what is some shit that you like kind of see in the corner of your eye and then it's like gone? You know what I'm saying?
I hate that shit.
I hate it. I
get that shit all the time, dude. I thought I was the only one. I fucking get that all the time. I'm constantly, and I get teary when I talk about it. I don't know why. It's so fucking weird.
Because it fucks with you because it makes you so uneasy because
dude,
it makes you feel unsafe. Really. It really does.
There are times where I have to turn on all the lights wherever I'm at because
you just don't
keep
feel
fucking
safe.
seeing shit in the corner of my eye and it's not really there. I want to tell please. I'm going to say it's not really there. Don't fuck with me.
But you don't know.
Shh. I know. I know.
Man,
don't fuck with me today. So
I'll tell you right now.
Constantly seeing some movement, and sometimes this is real.
You feel like you feel movement or you hear something?
No. Sometimes I'm like in a room, and sometimes I feel that I see someone. Like I can see it in the corner of your eye. You can see shit. I see someone peeking into the fucking room, and it's like just like a shadow. And I see it, and I turn around, and shit freaks me out. I'm fucking dude. I'm getting fucking bugged out right now because I get this shit all the time. That's the thing, and what I tell myself is that that it's nothing. It's just in my head.
It's why I really love having animals in the house because
they sense things.
It's not even so much that they sense things. Someone could be hiding in the house, like brothers playing hide and go seek and shit. Because I grew up with all my brothers.
Yeah.
The cat will go right there and sit. The dog will go right there and sit.
So it knows that's where someone's at.
Yeah. And there's never been a time where I think I see something or think I hear something, and the cat goes over there or acknowledges it too. Now there have been sounds that my pets have acknowledged, but never where I think I see something. So as long as it never catches the attention
of the animal.
And that's why I think like with spirits or demons or anything like that, I'm a little bit more at peace having a cat or any kind of animal in the house because whenever I feel like it's something freaky, it freaks out the animal. Because then the animal hears something, it's like there's no way there's something there. Because see, what with cats, if they hear a noise and it's clearly going to be in a spot where they don't see you go, they don't see anyone else go, you're the only face they see. If I come to your house and you have a cat, your cat's going to be kind of like, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I'm saying? So if something moves in the fucking closet, your cat's going to get up and run over there like, oh, is it a fucking rat or something? But then if it doesn't smell anything, it can't really identify the sound with something natural, it's uneasy. And as long as none of that ever happens when I think I see anything, I don't worry about it. Because I'm just like really.
Well, that's why I feel safe. I feel safe over here because
it makes you feel safer.
I got my fish over here. If anything weird happens to my fish, he goes crazy. He starts splashing around and shit.
That's fucking hilarious.
Have you ever seen a cat in a dream?
Yes.
Okay. I don't remember seeing cats in a dream.
And I think that's because I've always grown up with cats. And it's like that's
Okay.
another thing that's made me feel safe in nightmares because it was like, man, that's actually a good one too. I remember that. That was a vivid one. I remember a nightmare, and this is one of the reasons why I don't I love Silent Hill, but I hate it all at the same time because it really gives me very, very, very bad nightmares. And I remember having this nightmare, and it's so fucked now because now this is how my old elementary school looks. Um, my elementary school I went to is right across the street from my grandmother's house, who still lives there. In this nightmare or dream, I wake up in my bed at my dad's house, which is right around the corner. It's like maybe a 10-minute walk or 7-minute walk
Yeah.
to go from that block to my grandmother's house. And so I get up, and there's like no doors to the house. There's no nothing. And oh fuck. Holy fuck.
Ghost.
I just got the most fucking chills because I just thought of another fucking nightmare while explaining this one. Because I
Oh,
just
okay.
mentioned the no doors, and that one is going to be for the comment section because I want to know if anyone can fucking explain that one. So I get up and I walk out the house because there's no one here, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to my grandma's house. I know my granddad is there. I know my grandma's there. I'm like 9 at the time, 9 or 8. I'm young because my granddad was still alive. And so I walk all the way around the corner, and it's like all the houses on the block, they look abandoned, run down, rust or blood coming from the windows. It's
Blood.
desolated. Yeah, it's just like a decimated fucking ghost neighborhood.
Okay.
But there's no smashed cars, there's no fire, there's no blood, there's no glass. Things are just like it feels apocalyptic, but not really. I don't see any zombies. I don't see any like aliens. I don't see any fucking entities. Everything's kind of naked. There are no leaves on the tree, but it's like oddly lit. Some street lamps are on, or street lights. The ground is wet. I remember that very specifically. It was like a nice little gloss over the street.
Wow.
And I remember walking, and I chose to not go. There's like the school has it's like there's a street that goes from a neighborhood straight into this long driveway that goes to the back of the school. But then if you go there's a corner store, and then there's this street, and that goes, you see the front of the school. And behind the school, it was nothing but darkness. And I remember feeling uneasy because it was and I guess this comes from a subconscious thing, because whenever we'd all ride our bikes, if it was nighttime, we never went that way because there's not a lick of light.
Oh, I hate
And then
that.
there's like slightly kind of forested area, and then there's like a neighborhood. And then it's just straight up darkness, and then the school has no lights around it, and it's all brick. It's all bricks. And man, that's cool. I'm actually gonna get my buddy. If we can get in, we're gonna go in there and film, because I know there's like a dungeon down there. I know there's like a whole little like we're gonna go explore that school. That's gonna happen. That's going to be a video. And I remember going to the front, and I'm standing in the middle of the street, and I'm looking at my grandma's house, and it looks mostly okay. And I remember making it to the back door and putting my hand on it, and everything got dark. Everything was pitch black. I could like feel myself like moving, but I could see nothing. I could hear nothing. Nothing touched me. I didn't feel anything. I just knew. Well, I mean, I felt something obviously because I could know I was moving my arms, but I don't feel like any presence, cold, heat, nothing. I just feel and see nothingness, and then I woke up.
That's fucking weird.
Now this is the one that gave me the fucked up chills because I just remembered it. I was staying at my mom's house, and it sounds fucking pathetic, but I loved having someone in the house, or someone who I know is gonna come home, because it's like when I go to sleep, I'm not the only one in the house right now.
Dude, that shit doesn't sound pathetic at all.
I'm not the only one in the house, so it just makes me feel better.
Of course.
I remember I was laying down on the couch, and this is where I was asleep. And I normally always sleep with the TV on, and sometimes when I sleep with the TV or a video playing, that enters my dream.
That happens to me too as well. Yeah.
Like, just what's playing just works itself into your dream. Rather, that character is now a character in your dream with all the same dialogue.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It just it just works itself into your dream. So I never watch anything scary and fall asleep. Like I will not leave it on a channel where it will play The Walking Dead or anything and fall asleep because I've had that happen before and it was fucked. But
yeah.
I remember laying down and I fell asleep, and then the front door was gone. The window was still there. Yeah, in the dream. And then one of my friends was over. I don't even remember which one it was. It was one of my.
When the front door, when you say the front door was gone, you mean that there was just a wall, or was it just like disappeared?
I mean that it's open, like the hinges and everything are there, but there's no door.
So the hole.
And the porch light is on.
Oh, that's creepy.
And you can see the porch, and it's like, and it's not even a creepy light. It's like a warm white light.
No, it's
and
creepy.
I can see my porch like regular, but literally from that point forward, it's blackness.
No,
it's kind of like, and it reminds me, and I think a lot of the images is kind of like with faces. A lot of the images that we print in our dreams are based on things that we see in life.
Yeah.
And instantly when I saw it in my dream, I was like, why the fuck is looking outside like fucking Metal Gear? Because it's like you see snow falling, but then you see nothing behind it. And normally I can always see the house that's directly across the street because it's never such a little amount of light that I don't see anything. Never, like ever. There's only been one occasion, but that was something that fucked me up too. But that wasn't a nightmare. That was something else that happened. Me and my buddy are sitting down and we're watching TV. But now when I think about us watching TV, like in that nightmare, there was something on the TV and we were watching it. And then at one point we were playing a game, and I do remember the game being Tekken. I do remember that.
I love
it. Was like Tekken. It was like Tekken Tag 2 or something. It was some Tekken game. I just remember something Tekken. And man, I got some good dream shit actually. And then I remember looking at the door because there's something there. Now in the doorway.
Wait. Something is standing there, or it's like you knew you could see the shadowy figure. Or something?
I felt like some, like, you know how you feel a presence when somebody walks somewhere, somebody's there now.
Yeah. I gotta tell you a dream after yours.
Yep, for sure. So I look, and it's a fucking deer.
Oh, that fucks my head right there.
And it starts walking in the house, and then the couch, like, to give you like, this is the couch.
You fucking my head.
Window. It's just like a window here. This is the couch. This is another couch, and then the door is right there.
Yeah.
My buddy's here. I'm here. We're both looking at the TV, and then this deer just walks in.
Right.
And then I kind of stop paying attention to everything that's going on, and I'm just like, dude. I look at him, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And I'm like, see this shit? And then I look at him like, you see this shit? Like, what the fuck? And I look at the deer, and the deer is in front of the fucking TV, just sitting there, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, get the fuck out the way. Why the fuck are you just standing in front of the TV? Like, get the fuck on. Like, I'm not processing everything. I'm just like, get the fuck on. And man, this fucking, and deers have like all black eyes.
Yeah, they're creepy.
And it gets like in my fucking face like this.
Oh, that's creepy.
And in the most demonic, devilish, scariest fucking voice, it's just like, shut the fuck up. And I'm just like, what? And it's funny because I'm not expecting it. That's what's funny about it, because I'm not fucking expecting it. It's like, shut the fuck up.
I know you weren't laughing when it said that.
And it's like a little bit I kind of was, because it was like, oh shit, it just got real. Because that was my thought. Oh shit, it just got real. And the second it said that, I like fucking jumped. And I'm laying down on the couch like this. And when I wake up, I'm laying down like this. And then in the house, it's dark. The TV's off.
Oh, hell no.
And all I hear is like, on the fucking back.
On the back door?
And, yeah, on the back door. So I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
No.
And I was like fucking from slightly amused at this scary ass Tyrone Biggum shut the fuck up mixed with a demon shit happened.
To shitting your pants.
It was a thunderstorm.
Oh, that's what it was.
So I guess my nightmare kind of spiraled. It went from like kind of like dream to nightmare, because normally rain is very calming and peaceful, but it was like a bad thunderstorm to where it shakes the house when the thunder hits bad. Mm-hmm. And because at the time, I still had all my swords and shit because I grabbed the sword and I ran to the back door and I'm looking out the window and it happens again, but it's the thunder and the rain's coming down hard, but that shit really fucked me up.
Let me
Go ahead with your dream.
let me
I
tell
got
you
two.
something. I wish I was there, Sonic. just I would have snapped a picture of you holding that sword to try to fight thunder. Oh, priceless. You're like, oh shit. Well, here's one dream I had that I always remember. I mean, I try when I have bad dreams, I try to forget them. Maybe throughout episodes, and we do these conversations more and more. I'll start remembering more fucked up shit because we've all had them. Fucking 33 years old. I have a lot of dreams in my head. So this one I will never forget. I was very young. I wasn't that young, okay, but I was like maybe like 9 or 10. But I remember clearly. I was in my house, and it was daytime, so the window's there. It's daytime, and all of a sudden, it turns dark. And I look outside, but it's not dark so that you can't see what's in the sky. So it's a weird dark because it's dark, but I can see what's in the sky. So it's one of those, right? So I look up. Dreams aren't always fully explainable.
Yeah, and they don't always have the appropriate physics from what we know. It's always kind of mixed up.
Right. So I look up and I see a bunch of birds flying in the sky. So all these birds are flying, right? And I'm like, oh shit. I'm looking and I look closer and notice that those are not birds. They were like these demons flying. So I step back and all of a sudden, a bunch of hands come out from the outside of the window from all sides towards the middle of the window. And then everything turns black. Like I can't see shit. It's all black. And all I see is two eyes. And I'd never forget this. It said, this is all I heard in a weird voice, very strong, manly voice. In the end, light will turn to dark. And then I woke up. Freaked me out. This is like 9 or 10, bro. Freaked me the fuck out.
Wow.
Freaked me the fuck out because it was really realistic. It may not sound that scary, but when I saw that, it really freaked me out because it's like I saw this. I don't know. The eyes were really freaky, man, because it turned dark, but all I could see was eyes, and these eyes were all I can see. I have a question for you before you go into the next your next thing. Is that I've noticed, at least from my experience, is that we don't fully, because we were talking about first person view. In dreams, that's not a first person view. That's something,
sometimes we change. It's like what I think.
It's different. It's like a movie.
I think it's kind of like when we dream, it's kind of like if something intense happens in your life, it's kind of like for some of the intense things like I won't say being shot at, but some of the more extreme things where it's like scary or we don't understand what's going on, like emergencies, like maybe like a weather emergency, like a tornado and shit's getting thrown around. You want to know what's happening, but also still be safe. Yeah. In our dreams, we're in full control. So the minute we're like, I kind of want to see this from a different angle, I kind of want to see the full scope, the full picture. You're not thinking you want to, you just do.
Yeah.
You just go into expectation mode when you want. You see whatever angle you want when you want to because it's your dream. You're in your mind. It's not playing by the rules of what is traditionally like right now. I can't say
your
I
eyes.
want to know what's outside in the front yard. So I'm just going to go, I can just be like, I wonder what's outside. Boom. It's not even a full thought process. It's just in my dream, I could be sitting here in this chair playing a game, but then it's just like, oh, front porch, nobody's there. Or
yes.
mailman is putting something in the mailbox. You just go there.
It's never stable.
And then if you're just thinking, oh, security camera spot in the corner, like you could just think when it happens so fluently and so fast. It's not even like a process. It just goes.
And it's so out of control, dude. It's so out of control. Like you have full control, like you said, because you have full control. You look at all different images, all different angles and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's a sense of not having control in your dreams that is like weird. It's like so like strange and just like sporadic. But I would like to think that maybe if we were to like conquer or start utilizing more of our brain, like maybe we can achieve that. Like maybe we can actually be like that, or if someone can do something like this, maybe this is what it's like for someone who has
Mm-hmm.
that type of, that gift. Like to have that control must be something that's not easy to control. It sounds, it sounds kind of weird because I'm talking about control and not being able to control it. But as you can see in
Mm-hmm.
the dreams, it's so
It
like
just happens. It's so
unstable.
fluent.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so unstable
it's
though.
unstable, but it happens so fluently.
Yeah, but then you never have a sense of where you are in the dream. You realize that?
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I know I'm sitting here, but in your dreams, you never really have a sense of where you're at or a concept of time. Like how long are these dreams?
Yeah, the dreams can feel like they're 18 hours, but then they're only
10 minutes.
10 minutes, 2 hours. I've had shit where I have a very intense dream and I wake up and it's like, dude, I just went to sleep at 10 o'clock. It's 1.
Yeah,
And then I've had times where I went to sleep and I woke up and it feels like maybe I overslept because it says like 8 o'clock on the clock. And I'm like, holy shit, is it 8 o'clock tomorrow? Because
yeah,
I feel like I was out for a while. I feel way too rested for it to have been a couple of hours.
yeah. It's really weird. But you have
Now,
one more dream you said to tell?
oh yeah, these ones are a little bit shorter and easier to explain, and they're a lot more lighthearted.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, if anyone can tell me what the fuck that deer dream was about, please do. Um,
They're not gonna be able to explain that.
I hope someone can because I really want that one was
I can
recent.
explain that for you right now.
That was 2014. Go ahead.
I can explain it for you. Well,
Hmm.
the deer came inside. You guys, you say you were watching TV in the dream? And the deer just stood right in front of your TV and told you to shut the fuck up, right? That's just wanted you to shut the fuck up.
Man, it felt more than that. That shit.
No, there's a lot to that dream. I mean, even in horror films, you always see like they use deers for some reason. So,
Mhm.
uh, it's I don't know what's going on with you, but that's creepy.
I know when I was a kid, and the funny thing is that I didn't even know because it's like I told you from our I guess from my heritage or culture, it's both Native American, African American culture. But on my dad's side, that's where all the native stuff comes from. And at the time, I didn't even know these things were a dream catcher. But I remember when my nightmares were just so bad and so just I was having them so much. I remember getting up one day, going into the living room, and grabbing what I now know. Well, I knew back then, but I didn't know when I did it. A dream catcher, bringing it into the room and hanging it up on the wall across from my bed, and going to sleep. And then I never had dreams. Like I would close my eyes and wake up refreshed. Like I couldn't tell you what I dreamed about. And oh shit, I think my laptop's turning off.